you gonna come back a changed man. So you will see. And I'm gonna be looking forward to hearing your experience, because your eyes are gonna look different when you get back. You know what I'm saying? You go you go get, like, your eyes look calm now. So when you get back, they might look sad. You know what I'm saying? Because you just ain't going. You see how the lions look in the zoo. You know, you don't see that spark in their eyes no more. Once you go and come back, the spark in your eye and living in them, it's over. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? The only time your eyes are gonna light up is when you talking to a brother about what you saw and what you did. Then you gonna light up. So man. Anyway, watch, you see, hey, brothers greater than you have found out, and brothers lesser than you have found out. So all I can say is, welcome, brother. Bienvenidos. So I'm looking around, I'm on Dominican Cupid, and you start finding out, that they listed. I don't know how it is now, but they listed by when you see the young ladies, it tells what city they're in. And so you start seeing, I'm noticing that. Well, I wasn't noticing, but I heard that in Santiago, you start noticing they're a little lighter. You know what I'm saying? So we started calling Santiago the bone yard, like the red bone yard. You know what I'm saying? And and then, it's just certain states you just start seeing, certain cities. You start seeing just different. I think it's San Cristobal. I could pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
San Cristobal. They were a little more chocolatey, had a little more chocolate to them now. It's just how it looks. That's how it looks. So you start seeing. But anyway, as I'm getting my seeing what the Dominican Republic has to offer, I clicked on this one. I saw this green dress. Green is my favorite color. Caught my eye. And when I saw that green dress, I noticed it was legs from there to there. Ooh. And I like when legs are from there to there. Saw that, clicked on it. And, back then we thought we was doing something, because we had our little, copy paste, Spanish. We didn't know no Spanish. We had copy paste, put our little Spanish, hola, ¿cómo estás? Tú eres muy bonita. Me gusta tu photos. So, we kind of going back and forth a little bit, right?
Okay.
Then, I'm it's the struggle Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And so we end up talking, and I'm gonna let my beautiful, more likable better half, tell you what happened after that.
Okay. Hi. So he says, let's video chat. It's okay, let's video chat. He was in his house, and I was in my house, and we video chat, and he looks at me, and I look at him, and I said hi, and he says hi, and he says, I don't know, just kind of talking about himself, and then he asked me some questions, and I started talking, and when I started talking, he did this. What? And he started looking in the camera, and I said, did I do something wrong? And he said, are you sure you're in the Dominican Republic? I said, well, yeah. Why would you ask me that? He was really mean to me. He was mean.
What that mean? Hey, bro.
He said, he was mean. And he said, well, because the way you speak English, are you sure you're not, what was it, infiltrating? Or that's what he said. Are you sure you're not infiltrating? I'm like, what does that mean?
Hey, I was looking for that. Hey, you know how that
mean?
Bruh. Dog, I heard you the other night on one of your videos. You talked, you said, man, that brr. I didn't hear that brr. So, but I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you this though. So, me and some of the homies, when we be on Dominican Cupid, like say late at night, I might get a phone call and he say, hey, if you see such and such, on Dominican Cupid, don't holler at her. She in the Bronx. Hey, shout out to the American living Latinas. No shade, no hate. But at this point in time, we trying to get that passport stamped, you know, and we ain't need no passport stamp for the Bronx. So there used to be, you know, they'll give us hey, look, if you meet such and such, she not in DR, she's here. So when she was speaking that English, you know, like I was like, wait a minute.
And you know what he asked me to do? He said to me, well, prove it that you're in the DR. I'm like, okay. So I turned the phone around and I showed him outside, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. And then that was it. But he was
you know, you got to make sure, brother. This passport, we ain't come this far to get this passport stamp to need to pay the train fare to get there.
You know what? You almost took the words out of my mouth there, man. Because I was gonna say, man, because if there's one thing for certain, when we hear that English is a little bit too good, yeah, it does. I'll be honest with you, Miss Pro, for you, it definitely.
You got to get your look, you know, you got to confirm this thing, man.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Infiltrating.
Well, yeah.
My earpiece is falling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I ain't want to stop y'all from continuing the story, please.
No, so we met, we met, bruh, and you know, it was on. You know what I'm saying? And we entered into this relationship, and I mean, you know, as far as the timeline goes, you know, when you start off with someone, you know, the interest is serious, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be with someone for a minute before the relationship becomes serious. And but we were interested enough, and you know, we just started we started moving forward with this thing together, and here we are. You know, like I said, you know, part of our story is this, you know, is that we did the long relationship. You know, so many times you hear brothers talking about when they met their woman or when they moved overseas or whatever, they had it's like they had either the jobs lined up or they, you know, I got this pension, or I got you know, I was in the military and I got this disability. In other words, you know, finances and just their, you know, their whole situation was lined up where they can just, you know, make that transition. Well, like I said, you know, I'm just a regular brother. You know, I wouldn't have even planned on getting it. My cousin wouldn't have told me, you know, I might be just getting my passport now. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But you know, we stayed dedicated to it, man, and we just kept on pushing. So, you know, and the thing is, you know, there was no YouTube videos and all that stuff. Now we start hearing all the negativity, and you start hearing, nah, this isn't gonna work. That's not gonna work, and all that. It was just us. Besides, you know, friends start looking at you kind of funny sometimes, you know, over time, because it's just like, just say for instance, you see a dude get a medal or something for, doing something valiant, doing something heroic in the army or something, or they were in a battle or something. And he gets recognized for what he did. You know, it looks good when he's cleaned up, you know, and standing on stage with a clean suit on. That's kind of like where we are now. You know, we stand on stage with the clean suit, you know, and getting our props now. But it wasn't like that during the long haul. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? During the long haul, you got people looking at you like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? You doing this, you know, and then mind you, I was coming there, you know, with my peoples. You know, then when it came time to break wide, you know what I'm saying, and start, you know, they headed to that side of the island, I'm headed to this side of the island. It was like, oh, you know, man, you can't come kick it, you know, with the, like, look, bro, you know, I'm doing what I do. And that's the thing about, you know, being a man, you know, you learn when it's time to step off and do, you know, and do you, you know, and you know, pursue what you're trying to pursue. So, like I said, it looks good now, you know, but in real time when you're doing this, because everybody doesn't have it, and that's a lot of times that's what what I try to tell brothers, because when I got my passport and you know, like I said, my big cousin, he schooled me on everything. I started doing the same thing. I was like the DR ambassador. You know, I'm at work, you know, I'm telling brother, you got your passport? You got your passport yet? You know, and then I get them together. I'm sending them on trips. You know, if I don't go, I send them with, you know, one of the other homies that's going. You know, we go meet up at a little, you know, bar or something, sit around and talk. Everybody introduce themselves, you know, and then everybody get together, you know, to take a trip, because that's how I was introduced to me. And but I would just you know, it's funny, you know, your show, you know, you average man unplugged, you know, average man, and the average man can do this. You know, you don't have to have everything lined up, because sometimes, you know, just a situation will motivate you to do what you need to do to make it happen. You know, and that's the thing about getting that passport. Your motivation will change. Everything is going to change, because all of a sudden you're gonna find this energy you didn't know you had. And for one, you got to get back. Like I said, when you go back to the matrix, you come back. When you go to when you taking that flight back to the matrix, you already think about, how can I get back? How can I get back there? You know, I heard him talking about some brothers that shed some tears, like go home, like, you know, I'll never want to go home.
Man, I done heard so many. They call it passport rage. Like that's what they call it now. They call it passport rage. I was like, what? I was like, that's a real thing. They was like, oh yeah, bro. They was like, bro, you gonna be crying when you got to get back on that plane on the way home.
You gonna see. You'll see.
Oh Lord.
You'll see, bro. That's why I can't wait till you go. I can't wait till you take your first trip, and it better not be no Germany, man.
Oh better keep
brother. You can't do that. We need you to get right. We need you to get right.